the ship trembles. It's subtle at first, a hum in the hull that you feel more than hear, like the memory of a song someone sang to you when you were too young to remember the words. Your hand lifts from the navigation console, fingers spreading in the recycled air, and you realize you're holding your breath. Something vast is moving through the darkness, something older than names. You are alone out here. You have been alone for 8 months, 17 days, and you glance at the chronometer, 4 hours. But who's counting anymore? Time stretches differently when you're drifting between the stars, when the nearest human soul is 3 light years behind you and the mission coordinates are still 2 light years ahead. The emptiness around you is so complete, so total, that sometimes you forget what it means to be separate from it. Through the viewport, the stars stretch in their infinite scatter, white, blue, ancient gold. They don't twinkle out here. Without atmosphere to disturb their light, they burn steady as promises, cold as mathematics. You've learned their patterns the way you once learned the streets of your childhood neighborhood, the way you learned your mother's face. Some nights, if you can call them nights, when the sun is just another star in an ocean of stars, you trace constellations no one on Earth will ever name. The trembling intensifies. Your coffee mug, magnetized to the small fold-out table, begins to vibrate, sending tiny ripples across the surface of the cold synthetic caffeine you forgot to drink an hour ago. The ripples form patterns, concentric circles spreading outward, and you watch them with the fascination of someone who hasn't seen water move naturally in almost 9 months. Everything here is controlled, measured, rationed. But this is something else. The instruments flicker. At first, you think it's a malfunction. Systems fail out here. They're supposed to, eventually. Cosmic radiation, micrometeorite impacts, the simple entropy of being so far from repair docks and supply stations. But then you see the readings, and your breath catches in your throat like a small animal seeking shelter. The gravitational sensors are registering something impossible. The readings climb steadily. 0.001, 0.003, 0.01. Numbers that shouldn't exist in empty space, in this vacant corridor between spiral arms where you're supposed to be alone with the dark. Electromagnetic spectrum analyzer goes wild next, showing wavelengths your ship's computer doesn't have names for, frequencies that scroll past faster than you can process. What are you? You whisper to the void, and your voice sounds strange in the small cabin. Too human, too fragile. The wave doesn't answer. Waves never do. But you feel it now, truly feel it, as it approaches. It's like standing on a beach. Do you remember beaches? Do you remember Earth? And sensing the ocean draw back before a great swell arrives, the universe itself seems to inhale, and you are a grain of sand waiting for the exhale. If you're enjoying this journey through the cosmic dark, I'd love for you to subscribe and join me for more deep space stories. Hit that like button if this resonates with something inside you, something that remembers what it means to be small beneath the infinite. The lights in the cabin pulse. Red, amber, red, amber. Your ship's AI attempts to maintain equilibrium, but it's confused. It was designed for navigation, for life support, for the mundane catastrophes of mechanical failure and resource depletion. It was not designed for this, for the universe deciding to move through you like breath through lungs. You think of Earth. You can't help it. When faced with the incomprehensible, the mind reaches for the familiar, for the warm, for the known. You think of your childhood bedroom, the glow-in-the-dark stars you stuck to the ceiling in imitation of constellations you didn't yet understand. You think of your father taking you outside on clear nights, pointing up at the scatter of light, telling you that some of those stars were already dead, that you were seeing ghosts, light that had traveled for centuries to reach your eyes. Even then, you understood that the universe was full of beautiful lies. You think of the first rocket launch you ever witnessed, not in person. You watched it on a screen, pressed close to the glass with dozens of other Academy candidates, your breath fogging the display. The way the fire bloomed beneath the engines, the way the structure defied gravity not through grace, but through raw, violent determination. The way everyone in the room held their breath during the ascent, as if their collective will could keep the vessel climbing, climbing, climbing. And you think of the day you left, the way Earth looked from orbit, that blue marble cliché that nevertheless steals your breath every single time. How you pressed your palm against the shuttle window and thought about every human who had ever lived, who had ever looked up and wondered. You were leaving them all behind. You were becoming the thing they wondered about. The wave hits. There's no sound. Space doesn't carry sound the way you remember it. No thunder, no roar, no cosmic orchestra. But you feel it pass through the ship, through the hull, through the air, through your skin, through your bones, into the soft, vulnerable meat of who you are. Your cells vibrate with it. Your atoms remember they are mostly empty space, mostly nothing, and something vast is passing through all that nothing, like wind through a forest of invisible trees. The instruments scream silently, readouts maxing out, screens flooding with data, static building in every system. The cabin lights strobe now, and in the flashing illumination, you see your hands on the console, your reflection in the viewport, and for a moment, just a heartbeat, just an instant, you're not sure which is the real you, the on holding on, or the one staring back. Your heart pounds. Fear rises like bile, metallic and sharp. This is how it ends, you think. Not with a mechanical failure, not with a running out of air or food or hope, but with the universe simply deciding to unmake you, to pass through you like you're nothing, like you're just another coordinate in its vast equation. But then, something shifts inside you. The fear doesn't disappear. Fear doesn't work that way. But it transforms the way ice becomes water, becomes steam. The terror opens into something else, something wider. Awe. The kind of awe that makes you small but doesn't diminish you. The kind that reminds you that being small is not the same as being nothing. You are witnessing something no human has ever seen. Maybe no conscious being has ever seen. The wave, whatever it is, wherever it came from, has been traveling through the galaxy for how long? Millions of years? Billions? It was old when Earth was forming, when the first stars collapsed into the heavy elements that would eventually become your bones. It has passed through civilizations that rose and fell before humanity learned to make fire. It has touched worlds you'll never know existed. And now it's touching you. Leave a comment below. I'd love to know what you imagine this wave is. A cosmic event, an echo of the universe's birth, something alive in ways we can't comprehend. Your thoughts help me create more stories like this. The sensation is difficult to describe. If you had to put it into words, And you are trying. You're cataloging everything in your mind because maybe you'll survive this and someone will want to know. You'd say it feels like being remembered, like the universe is running its fingers through its own history, and you're a note in a song it's been singing since before there was such a thing as before. Your breathing deepens. You didn't consciously decide to breathe this way, slow and full, but your body knows something your mind is still learning. The wave doesn't want to destroy you. It's not hostile or friendly. It simply is, the way gravity is, the way light is. Fighting it would be like fighting the tide, and you've always known better than to fight the tide. You close your eyes. Behind your eyelids, you see patterns, fractals blooming in the dark, geometries that fold through dimensions you don't have names for. You see the wave not as it is, but as your limited human perception translates it, a shimmering curtain of light and dark, of presence and absence, moving through the galaxy like thoughts moving through a vast mind. And maybe that's what it is. Maybe the galaxy is thinking, and you are fortunate enough, blessed enough, to be here when a thought passes through. The ship settles. Gradually, degree by degree, the trembling eases. The instruments stop their frantic climbing and begin to descend, readings dropping back toward normal, though normal has lost some of its meaning. The static in the Shoah communications array fades to a whisper, then to silence. The cabin lights stabilize, holding steady in their warm amber glow. You open your eyes. The stars outside look the same, but you know they're not. Or maybe they are, and it's you who's changed. You lift your hand in front of your face, turning it slowly in the light, examining the lines of your palm, the tiny scars from a lifetime of reaching for things. The wave passed through you, but you're still here, still breathing, still intact, but different, fundamentally, irrevocably different. You were the traveler, you think. You were the one moving through space, charting courses, burning fuel, marking distance. But what if it's never been that way? What if everything, the stars, the dark, the ships, the souls inside them, what if everything is standing still and the universe moves through us? What if we're not going anywhere at all, but existence itself is what travels, what waves, what passes through the seemingly solid things and changes them by its passage? Your breathing slows further. In, hold, out, in, hold, out. The rhythm of it matches something you felt in the wave, some pulse that might be the heartbeat of everything. You remember meditation classes at the academy, requirements for astronauts who would spend months alone with their thoughts. The instructor's voice, "You are not your thoughts. You are the space in which thoughts occur." At the time, you'd found it abstract, almost meaningless. Now, after the wave, you understand. You are not the traveler. You are the space through which traveling happens. The ship's computer chimes softly, indicating that all systems have returned to normal parameters. But you don't check the readouts yet. You're still sitting here, hands resting on the console, watching the stars through the viewport. Somewhere behind you, back the way you came, is Earth. Somewhere ahead is your destination, a research station orbiting a red dwarf, where people are waiting for the supplies you're carrying, the data you've collected, the news from home that's already months old by the time they receive it. But right now, in this moment, you're nowhere. You're in the between, and the between is exactly where you need to be. Your childhood self would have been terrified. you think. That small version of you who pressed stars to the ceiling and dreamed of space as an adventure, a destination, a goal to achieve. They wouldn't have understood this. The peace that comes from being unmade and remade in the same breath. The strange comfort of realizing you were never as separate from the universe as you believed. If this story is helping you drift towards sleep, toward your own journey through the dark, please subscribe to join me for more voyages like this. And if you found something meaningful here, a like would mean the universe to me. Pun absolutely intended. You think about memory, about how your brain stores experiences in patterns of electrical signals, chemical changes, neural pathways carved by repetition and emotion. And you wonder, does the galaxy remember? When the wave passes through stars and planets and ships and people, does it carry some imprint of them forward? Are you now part of its memory, a tiny note in its infinite song? The thought should make you feel insignificant. Instead, it fills you with a warmth that has nothing to do with the ship's heating system. To be remembered by the universe, even as the smallest whisper, even as a single quantum fluctuation, that's enough. That's more than enough. Your eyelids grow heavy. When did you last sleep? Really sleep? Not just the fitful dozing that passes for rest on long missions. The wave has taken something from you, taken your certainty, your illusion of control, your belief that you were the author of your own trajectory. But it's given you something in return. Permission to rest. Permission to stop fighting the current. Permission to simply be, without purpose or destination or goal. The stars blur slightly. You blink, trying to focus, but the blur remains. Not tears exactly, just moisture, the body's response to release, to letting go of tension you didn't know you'd been holding for 8 months, 17 days, and you don't check the chronometer this time. It doesn't matter. Outside, the galaxy turns. Inside, your breathing slows to match its rotation, that impossible vast wheel of stars and dark matter and mystery, spinning through space-time at speeds your mind can't fully grasp. But your body grasps it. Your cells, forged in ancient stars, remember. Your atoms vibrate in harmony with forces that existed before Earth, before Sol, before this spiral arm condensed from cosmic dust. You are not alone. You have never been alone. Loneliness was an illusion, like separation, like the idea that you ended where your skin ended. The wave taught you this. The wave passed through you and left behind the truth. You are continuous with everything. The dark is not empty. It's full of waves, full of forces, full of connections too subtle for instruments to measure, but real nonetheless. Your head tilts forward slightly. You catch yourself, straighten, then let it tilt again. The ship will maintain course. The AI will alert you if anything needs attention. And the wave, the beautiful, terrible, incomprehensible wave, has already moved on, carrying its message to other lonely travelers, other small souls drifting between stars and hoping they matter. They do matter. You do matter. Not because of what you accomplish or where you are going, but because you're here. Because you were here when the wave passed through. Because you felt it, and in feeling it, you became part of it. The cabin lights seem softer now, or maybe your eyes are adjusting, preparing for sleep. The red dwarf ahead, your destination, won't care if you arrive in 3 weeks or 3 weeks and 8 hours. The people at the station will wait. They've already waited months. They can wait a little longer while you rest, while you integrate what's happened to you, because something has happened. You're sure of that, even if you can't put it all into words yet. The wave changed you at a level deeper than thought, deeper than emotion. It changed you the way time changes rock into sand, patient and inexorable and complete. You should record a log entry. Protocol requires it. Any unusual phenomena must be documented for future travelers, for the collective knowledge of humanity reaching outward into the dark. But when you try to form the words, they slip away like water through your fingers. How do you describe the indescribable? How do you catalogue transcendence? Later, you think? Later, when you've slept, when you've dreamed, when you've let your unconscious mind process what your conscious mind can't hold. Later, you'll find the words. Or maybe you won't. Maybe some experiences are meant to remain beyond language, meant to live only in the changed way you move through the world afterward. The wave is receding now. You can't see it or measure it, but you sense it, the way animals sense storms approaching, the way you once sensed your mother entering a room before you heard her footsteps. It's moving away through the spiral arm, through dust clouds and stellar nurseries and the vast stretches of near nothing between star systems. It will travel for millions more years, maybe forever, carrying within it the imprint of everything it's touched, including you. Your eyes close. This time, you don't fight it. Your breathing deepens further, belly rising, belly falling. The rhythm of existence itself. The pulse you share with neutron stars and bacteria and everything in between. You are the universe experiencing itself, the old saying goes. You used to think it was just a pretty phrase. Now you know it's literal truth. The ship hums around you. Life support, navigation, power systems, all the technology that keeps you alive in the hostile void. But you're not thinking about the technology anymore. You're thinking about the void and how it's not hostile at all. How it's just another form of existence, just another way of being. How the empty spaces between stars are as necessary as the stars themselves. The silence that gives meaning to the song. Your body relaxes completely. Muscles you didn't know were tensed finally release. Your jaw unclenches. Your shoulders drop. Your hands slide from the console to rest in your lap. Palms up, open, receiving. The wave has passed, but its echo remains inside you, resonant and real. You are floating. Not just the ship floating through space, but you yourself. Floating in the boundary between waking and sleep, between knowing and mystery, between who you were before the wave and who you're becoming after it. It's a good place to float, a safe place, a place where transformation happens gently, without violence or fear. Before you slip entirely into sleep, one last thought surfaces, clear and bright as a nearby star. Maybe this is what it means to be alive, not to chart courses or reach destinations or accomplish missions, but to be present when the universe decides to move through you, to be soft enough, open enough, empty enough to let it pass without resistance, to let it change you, to become, in your own small way, a wave yourself, carrying forward what you've learned, what you've felt, what you've been transformed into. Your breathing is so slow now, it's almost imperceptible. In and out, in and out. The rhythm of stars being born and dying, the rhythm of galaxies colliding and dancing apart, the rhythm of everything that ever was and ever will be. You are the astronaut. You are the wave. You are the space between stars. You are the galaxy's memory of itself. You are sleeping now, drifting in the dark, held safe by forces you can't see but that hold everything. And as you dream, the wave travels on, carrying you with it, not your body, which remains here in this small ship, in this small moment, but the essential part of you, the pattern, the song, the wave nature that you share with all things. The stars burn steady outside. The dark is not empty. You are not alone. You have never been alone. You are home.